Guys, J Chip here, man. The good times are rolling. That's another 3-man cash out for 6x here on the channel. That brings our total up to just over 20 units. We're gonna be at 21.75 units since the start of the channel. So that's just a huge milestone for us. Thank you guys for all the support and all the likes and everything we've been receiving over the last couple videos. So thank you for that. And I'll do a quick recap of the slip that cashed. Finally, Prizepicks blesses us with a promo that actually hit. This Doncic promo, 6-point discount. We had to take it. Quinton Post, play of the day. I had him over or under 8.5. And if you guys remember, we had to play the bump at 8 because Prizepicks said, yeah, his under 8.5 was way too favored. We couldn't allow that. They put it down to 8. And I said, well, we're still going to play the bump just because if he pushed at 8, worst case, this would have been a 3 cash out or a 2-man cash out anyway for 3x. But I'm like, well, let's play the under 8, see what happens. And he ends up only getting 2 points. So cash all the bumps that cashed very easily. And this Keyshawn George play again, if you remember from yesterday's video, he was priced at 27.5 PRA on some books in this Washington-Denver game. So, I mean, we had to take his over 26.5 there to close out the slip. He ended up going way over. So this was one of those sweat-free cashes that I just love to see on pretty much every pick that we had. And yeah, shout out to you guys that trusted the tools that we're about to use. You're gonna see in like 2 seconds from parlayers. So shout out to you guys that trusted the tools and followed along from yesterday's video. So with that being said, we can finally get into the good part of the video and jump right into the slip creation. An absolute another gift by Prizepicks given to us here in this NFL game. Believe it's on Sunday. Sam Darnold free square. I mean, we're not even dealing with a promo anymore. This is basically just like, this got a green out. 0.5 pass yards for Darnold. We're going to take his over. I don't have to spend too much time on this. We're going to throw this in a quick slip. So if you guys haven't already played it, this is going to be perfect. You guys are going to get some fresh picks from both the tools that we're using. And of course, we are using the player prop optimizer and the sharp money tool from Parlay. I'll start with the sharp money tool first. This compares the Prizepicks lines that are currently on their board to peer-to-peer exchanges like Novig and ProfitX, where sharp bettors are placing lines. So we could really follow the direction of where sharp and smart bettors want to be on these over or the unders of certain players. And this gives us really good insight on where we want to be because we want to mimic their directions. They know more than us. They have better models than us. We should be following where they're placing their own money. So that's a sharp money tool. I like using that first in my strategy. Then I like to kind of use both, go hand in hand. I use the player prop optimizer from Parlayers just to see if these lines are also offered on other apps like Prizepicks. So we got competitors to Prizepicks, including Underdog Fantasy, DraftKings Pick 6, Better Picks, and really just to see where we're getting the best value for certain plays on Prizepicks, seeing if we're getting discrepancy values there. And of course, both tools come equipped with the sportsbooks data just so we could see where the major books are pricing these lines at, as you see to the right of your screen. So like I just said a couple seconds ago, I do like using the sharp money tool first. They kind of have a less, I'd say, green or purple plays, but it's only because they condense it so much because again, we're dealing with the sharp bettors and where they're placing their money. The optimizer just has more to work with, but I really like filtering out the top of the top plays first from the sharp money tool. Then I go back to the optimizer to see if we're getting a good play on Prizepicks or if I could kind of get it on another daily fantasy sports app and maybe it doesn't make it as good. So we will start right away. Again, if we're just shooting for a 3-man here, we won't have to do too much digging on either of the tools. Maybe 2 picks just to round this off, but I'm going to see what I like from the sharp money. Let me go through it a bit. I'll switch over. I said Novig and ProfitX, so I'll switch over to the ProfitX tab right away. I saw a play that we're probably going to take off bat. I like this Malik Monk play. It is the top play appearing right after this purple play. The Shaqi play is not bad, actually. I might get that into. We'll see. We'll see. Does it match well? Doesn't really correlate well with the free square, but again, we're not really looking to correlate a free square. This is a guaranteed green anyway. But for now, I will stick with this Malik Monk play in 11.5. So the sharp bettors that are offering this line at plus money and at his under 11.5, they want to be on his over 11.5, which is the favorite direction. And that's the play that we're seeing directly given to us from Parlayers here. It's a minus 127 consensus odds favorite. And if I just look across the market here, every single book that is showing right now has Malik Monk priced at 12.5 points. So the books are saying that he's either primed to go over or under 12.5, but the fact that we're getting that 1 point jump from his Prizepicks lines gives us even more value, or even, yeah, we're securing more value to that over 11.5 that we see on Prizepicks. So that's going to be a good play for us to get in. If he's still up, he is. So I do like this play here at 11.5. And yeah, even when he is offered at 11.5, you see that one book here that we have, ESPN Bet. He's at minus 145 favorite to go over. So it's not under this mark. That's not the case. I like to call these the floor projections because we should be betting over the floor, right? If the floor is at the bottom, we should want to be betting over to secure the value. So I could say here that Malik Monk's points 11.5, this would be his floor, and then anything else above is obviously it's higher than the floor. This is where we want to be betting the over on. To bet under the floor would just be going, it wouldn't really make sense. That's why I want to be on the over. So I call these the floor projections because it's the lowest projection that we could get on the market for Monk, and we get full value for betting his over on it. So there you go. We get that, and then we just need another play here, really, pretty much to round this off. There is a lot of plays on the optimizer, so I might switch over to that. I'll do a quick refresh of the tools and see if anything's popping up here right away. As always, I check off all the books: Underdog Fantasy, Pick 6, Better Picks, just to see where we're getting the best value on Prizepicks at. Looks like Better Picks does have this Monk line up, but because there's no entries or data entries for the Underdog Fantasy or Pick 6 column, we can assume that this line's either been discounted on his over on either of these apps or completely removed because it's super favored. So keep that in mind when you're seeing empty columns. I like having that. It's not a requirement for me, but personally, when I'm filtering out certain plays, I like doing that. I also like having 2+ bookmakers just so we have, I'd say, minimum number of data points to support our picks. And let me see. Yeah, this is going to be my other play here. So I ended up getting both of these plays. The Monk play I got in a VIP slip not too long ago. This Pritchard play, same story. And it's going to be a rebounds under 5. It's a plus 102. I usually like seeing juice or a minus line here on his average when it's a push prop, meaning a prop that's a whole number like this 5 here. It's not ending in 0.5 like a traditional over-under line. I'd say there's 2 reasons I really like this play. First of all, this is a big reason why the optimizer comes in so clutch. We see here on other apps, yeah, he's not offered on Underdog Fantasy or Pick 6. I don't even think they offer push lines, the whole number lines anyway, but those are empty columns. But you see here, Better Picks is offering Pritchard at 4.5. So we're already getting a discrepancy from another competitor to Prizepicks here. Prizepicks at 5, Better Picks at 4.5. So why not just take the under 5 on Prizepicks? And if he does finish with 5, we don't lose like if we were going to take another 4.5 on Better Picks. So I like this insurance we get with the push line on Prizepicks. And the second reason I like this play is because if we go on Flip here, we get that minus juice that I was looking for. We have a minus 105 underdog to us under 4.5, but still you'd have to pay 5 cents on the dollar on Flip to take this bet under 4.5. So they're basically telling you there is a good enough chance that Pritchard goes for 4 or less rebounds. Another reason I love these push props on Prizepicks, and we're gonna roll with that. I'll just cross-reference with the Sharp Money tool on Peyton Pritchard, and he's a plus 144 over 5.5 line. So for him to go and really break our line and get 6 or more rebounds, the sharp bettors are saying it's a huge underdog at plus 144. If I go on ProfitX, I'll just see here that he's also a plus 144. So sharp bettors on both exchanges here, Novig and ProfitX, are saying that he's plus 144 odds to go for 6 or more rebounds, and that would break our slip here. Obviously, that's a long shot, so I am comfortable taking his under at 5. And you guys know I love looking at the alternate lines, and this is why. Another good source of confidence here for this pick. You see here, Prizepicks has these demon and goblin projections, so their nearest demon to his 5 line is going to be a 3.5 goblin rebounds line. You can only take over on these. This is Prizepicks telling you that they believe his over 3.5 is super favored. That's fine. They're basically telling you that he's favored to go for 4 or more rebounds. But hold on, they also have a demon projection at 5.5 rebounds. So they're basically telling you that this is a long shot to hit to go for 6 or more rebounds, as I just explained with this plus 144 underdog on the exchanges. So Prizepicks is also agreeing with the sharp bettors on the exchanges, saying, yeah, he's really not favored to go for 6. He's more favored to go under 5.5, which leaves us with that favored range for his rebounds being 4 rebounds, right? Over 3.5, the goblin, and then 5 rebounds. So that's fine. I really like this push prop and the insurance we get off this. So that's going to wrap up the slip. We got the Darnold free play, not too much to go there. Everyone playing on Prizepicks should be getting this in. Malik Monk, 11.5 points. We had a lot of sharp bettors believe that he was favored to go over, and a lot of the books on the market have him priced at 12.5, which is good. We're getting that discrepancy value, and we're getting assurance from the sharp bettors. And we also have this Peyton Pritchard play. Love this play at 5. We got Flip pushing with Juice pushing down towards him finishing with 4 or less rebounds. And we see here Prizepicks even thinks that his favored range is going to be anywhere from 4 or 5 rebounds. So we get that nice insurance at 5. This is going to wrap up the slip. I am limited to $5 in this account, so that's all I could really put on this. You guys are more than welcome to put more down. Again, just be diligent of how much you put down. Try to keep the same unit size on each slip so you could track the progression. Again, we are at 21.75 units if you've been tailing along since the beginning of this channel. So obviously your unit size and your profits would look super different if you're mix and matching different units, different amounts that you're putting on each slip. So be wary of that, and only increase your unit size when your bankroll has increased a significant percentage. So with that, I will wrap up the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.